Good morning, children. Today I am going to start Geography chapter 3rd, Motions of the Earth. Motions means movements. Motion means movements. And already you know the Earth is a part of solar system. The Earth is a part of solar system. Except Earth, in the solar system, the sun, stars, the planets and other heavenly object consist. Okay, so in the solar system, the sun, the stars, the planets and the other heavenly object consist. So Earth is also a part of solar system. So everything which are in the space, everything moves. Everything moves. They are not having a fixed place. Everything moves. And sometimes they moves around on an axis and sometimes and as well as they moves around the sun also. So everything which are in the space, everything moves. So the earth also moves. So this movement is called the motions. The earth is also having two main motions. What are the two main motions of the earth? The two main motions of the earth are rotation and revolution. What are the two main motions of the earth? The two main motions of the earth are rotation and revolution. Now, what is rotation? When the earth rotates or moves on its axis, that is called rotation. The movement of the earth on its axis is called rotation. What is rotation? The movement of the earth on its axis is called rotation, or the earth rotates on its axis. So this motion is called rotation. And revolution, when the earth revolves around the sun, when the earth moves around the sun. So that motion is called revolution. Okay, clear? What is rotation? When the earth rotates on its axis or the earth moves on its axis. Already you know the axis of the earth tilted. Tilted means little bent. So the earth rotates on its axis is called rotation, and when the earth moves around the sun is called revolution. So the motion of the earth causes occurrence the day and night, the seasons and the varied climate of different seasons. Okay, because of these motions, rotation and revolution causes day and night, formation of seasons and the varied climate in different region. Now the first one is what? Rotation of the earth. The earth spins on its axis from west to east. The earth spins means moves on its axis from west to east, not east to west to east direction. And the spinning of the earth around its own axis is known as rotation, as I explained previous now. So the earth spins on its axis. It is called rotation. And the earth takes about 24 hours to complete one rotation. Okay, to complete one rotation, the earth takes 24 hours. And this rotation, one rotation make an earth day. Okay, what is earth day? The earth takes 24 hours to complete one rotation, and this one rotation make an earth day, and it is also called a solar day. So don't be confused, earth day and the solar day are the synonyms. So the earth takes about 24 hours to complete one rotation, and this one rotation make a earth day, and it is also called a solar day. And the speed of rotation at any point along the equator is approximately 1671 kilometer per hour. Near the equator, the speed is the 1671 kilometer per hour, and it is decreasing near the decreasing to zero at the poles. And the axis of the earth is tilted. The axis of the earth tilted or inclined. Inclined means little bent at an angle of 66.5 degree to the plane of earth orbit around the sun, or the ecliptic. In previous chapter there is given the earth is tilted 23.5 degree, but it is from the pole side. But here is given, so don't be confused, both are correct. So the earth is tilted or declined at an angle of 66.5 degree to the plane of the earth orbit around the sun, or the ecliptic. Now what is the effect? What is the effect of the earth rotations? So the rotation of the earth causes day and night. Because of the rotation of the earth, day and night formed. Bulging of the earth at the equator. How the day and nights are formed? When the earth faces towards the sun, so that part of the earth having day, and rest of the part of the earth there is night. When the earth rotates, so the darker part comes towards the face of the sun, so there is a day, and next part, a half part of the earth there is night. So this is the formation of day and night. Bulging of the earth at the equator, and the flattening at the poles. So near the equator, the earth is little bulging, means round shape, but at the poles it is little flattering means little flat. The deflection or the pushing away from the straight path of winds and the ocean currents. So because of this rotation, winds and ocean currents deflect. Tides. At the alternate rise and fall of the ocean water due to the gravity of the moon and the sun and the rotation of the earth. Because of the alternate rise and fall of the ocean water, sometimes the ocean water rises and sometimes fall. What is the reason? And this is called the tides. Alternate rise and fall of ocean water is called tides, and because of rotation of the earth, tides are formed. So tides are formed due to the gravity of the moon, the sun, and the rotation of the earth. Next, the apparent movement of all the heavenly bodies from the east to west, and this movement have from east to west. Now day and night. How the day and night caused? So day and nights are caused by the rotation of the earth. Okay, what, why and how? Since the earth rotates from west to east, the earth rotates from west direction to east direction, and the sun appear to the rise in the east. Already we know the sun rises from the east. Because the earth is spherical, and only one side of the earth can face the sun at any time. Because the shape of the earth is spherical, means bulging at the near the equator and flattening at near the pole. So only one side of the earth can face the sun at any time. So the side, which side? that faces the sun experiences day. So the side of the earth which faces towards the sun experiences day, and the side that is turned away and which is far from the sun, that part of the earth experiences night. Okay, so the earth axis is tilted and different places experiences different amount of sunlight. Because of the tilted, the earth axis is tilted, so all the parts of the earth experiences different amount of sunlight and darkness each day. And the line that separates the lighted half from the darker half of the earth is called the circle of illumination. Okay, what is this mean? What is circle of illumination? The line that separates the lighted half from the darker half of the earth. One line separates the earth, lighted half and the darker half. That line is called circle of illumination. What is circle of illumination? The line that separates the lighted half from the darker half of the earth is called circle of illumination. And it takes 24 hours place on earth experience each of these stage one after the other. Okay, so what are the different stages? Dawn, sunrise, midday, sunset, dusk and midnight, and then again dawn. So sunrise, you know when the sun rises. Midday, it is the half day midday, and sunset when the sun is going to set. And the dawn is the time of day before sunrise. Sunrise के पहले का जो समय होता है वो उसको हम dawn कहते हैं. And when the eastern horizontal start getting lighter. So dawn is the time of the day just before sunrise, and dusk or twilight on the other hand is the just after the sunset in the west. So most of the sky is dark, but there is a lingering light along the western horizon. Now, what do you think? What will happen if the earth fail to rotate? Because continuously the earth is rotating. But sometimes, or when the earth fail to rotate, what will happen? What will happen when the earth fail to rotate? When the earth fails to rotate, it will be a disastrous. It will be a very disastrous stage. Okay, what effect when the earth fails to rotate? The side of the earth facing the sun will be always lighted, and other side will always remain dark. Okay, the side of the earth which faces to the sun will be always lighted, and the other side will always remain dark. And the lighted part of the earth will become extremely hot. Extremely hot means too much hot. And the dark side will be freezing cold, because the sunlight will not reach. So that part is dark as well as freezing cold also. And the life forms would not be able to exist in such extreme conditions, because half of the part is extremely hot and lighted, and other half part is dark and freezing cold. So in this extreme condition, the life forms cannot exist. And the patterns of tides means alternate rising and fall of ocean's water, and the ocean currents and the wind system, everything would be very different from the what they are. Now, because of the rotation, everything is systematic. Suppose the earth fails to rotate, so everything would be very different from their original system. So these are the causes, these are the effects if the earth fails to rotate. Now the next one is the rotation. What is rotation? The movement of the earth around the sun is called movement of the called rotation. The movement of the earth around the sun is called rotation, and it takes over 365 days or 1 year to complete a revolution around the sun. Okay, so the earth complete one revolution around 365 days, and the path it takes around the sun is known as orbit. What is orbit? The path or the circular orbit on which the earth moves around the sun, that is called orbit. And the earth orbit is elliptical. Elliptical means shaped like an egg. Elliptical means shaped like a egg. And the distance between the earth and the sun varies from the minimum of 147 million kilometer. In early January, the distance sometimes change also. So in the month of January, the minimum distance of sun and the earth is 147 million kilometer. So, and this is called perihelion. This is called perihelion. What is perihelion? Means the distance between the earth and the sun in the month of January is 147 million kilometer, and this is called perihelion. This is the minimum distance between the earth and the sun. But the maximum distance is 152 million kilometer. It is in the month of July, and this is called aphelion. No, this is called aphelion. So minimum distance is called perihelion, and maximum distance of earth and sun is called aphelion. And what is minimum distance? 147 million kilometer. And what is the maximum distance? Roughly 152 million kilometer is in the month of July. But the average distance of the earth from the sun is 150 million kilometer. And the plane in which the earth goes around the sun is called elliptic. Okay, the plane in which the earth goes around the sun is called elliptic. Now see this diagram here. See this diagram here is given. This diagram I will explain afterward. Now, effect of the earth revolution. What is the effect of earth revolution? Okay, so because of the earth revolution, varying length of day and night, and the changing season. Varying lengths of day and night means the length of day and nights are different, and changing of season. If the earth axis were straight and not tilted, suppose the earth axis is straight, not tilted, so there would be no season, since every point on the earth would receive the same amount of light each day and year. So there would be no a variation in the length of day and night, and they would last 12 hours each. Okay, so because of this revolution, changing of season and the varying of day and nights. Now your homework, you all have to read this chapter till where I explained rotation of the earth, effect of the earth rotation, formation of day and night, and revolution and its effect. You all have to read and learn. Thank you.